Somerset confirm why they are favourites to win the Vitality Blast Trophy after making it 7 wins in a row. Another comfortable victory in front of a packed Taunton against Glamorgan. Put in, Somerset lost Johan Myberg early with just 7 runs on the board. Michael Hogan with a wicket with his very first delivery. But Peter Trigo and Stephen Davis then got the board ticking over. It wasn't the most expressive of starts ever, but these two still took the total to 43 after 5. Trigo then skied to Aneurin Donald to fall for a dozen, Somerset having to settle for a score of 47 for 2 from the 6 overs of power play. It appeared that on this occasion the in-form home team might have to settle for nothing more than an average score after Davis fell for 36. And Tom Abel followed also to Andrew Salter for 5, leaving the home team on 86 for 4 with only 9 overs of the innings remaining. James Hildreth was looking good, however, this 6 having him into the 30s, but any chance of a big final score now looked impossible, with the 100 taking 13 overs to accumulate. But what happened next may become the stuff of legend. Hildreth struck his third maximum in an over from Craig Macheda, which cost 16 runs. He was then taken behind for 47, leaving it to Corey Anderson to explode into action. With 5 overs to go, Somerset had 131 runs on the board. 19 came from the 16th over though. Anderson and Lewis Gregory both clearing the rope off Graham Wagg. Yet again, from somewhere, the home side had suddenly raced through the gears in this special winning spell that has happened over and over. Anderson has really hit his stride of late and proved again what a destructive player he can be. His 3rd and 4th sixes came in successive overs from Wagg and Hogan, and that was in spite of the loss of Gregory for a 22, which had occupied only 10 deliveries. Anderson smashed the next ball for another 6. And as Hogan lost the plot, the Kiwi went massive again off a no ball. By the time the 8-ball over was completed, Anderson had raced on to 64 and the 200 was up. Alas, the last over only saw 9 runs scored. Anderson was taken behind off Wagg for a sensational 70, made from 30 deliveries with 4 fours and 6 sixes. Jamie Overton was out first ball, the last of the innings, which ended with Somerset on 210 for 7, and their supporters absolutely thrilled with what they had just witnessed. And there was yet more to cheer about when Jerome Taylor struck with his second ball of the reply, Overton clinging on to have Donald out, sadly not for a duck, but for 5. As always, Colin Ingram threatened, but as far as his side were concerned, all too briefly on this occasion. Overton striking to remove him for 19, the Welshman on 25 for 2 after 3 overs. Glamorgan were just ahead at the end of the power play, in which they made 49 for 2, but they kept losing wickets at bad times. Kyron Colson the next to fall for 16 off Max Waller. It took the former Somerset man Macheda to try and ruin the day, he tucking into Roelof van der Merwe with these 2 sixes, coming off successive balls at the start of the 9th over. But Waller, again excellent with the ball, soon had his man. Overton with the safe hands again in the deep, as Macheda departed for 35, Glamorgan settling on 86 for 4 at the halfway stage of their reply. And they were soon 5 down as David Lloyd was taken behind off Gregory for 9. This was another excellent all-round performance, the fielding superb throughout, Gregory running out Wagg to leave Glamorgan in tatters on 94 for 6, the game already over. Salter prolonged the agony, but even as he cleared the rope a couple of times, the target was never really within reach for the Welshmen, who knew that they really needed to win this match to confirm their own progress through to the last 8. Waller was the unsung hero last time out, with his work not being rewarded with wickets, but here he ended with 4 for 25, the leg spinner seeing the back of Salter for 21 and Chris Cook for 25. Locals would have been delighted to see Craig Overton back on the field, on as a substitute fielder and enjoying every minute, this being his 4th catch of the afternoon. Glamorgan were 9 down with 146 runs on the board when Taylor saw off Rodri Smith in emphatic fashion. The last pair of Hogan and Tim van der Houten did what so many above them in the order couldn't do, but their efforts were all in vain, as quite simply they'd been batted out of this contest earlier. They had to settle for a final score of 181 for 9. And that made it yet another Somerset win, this time by 29 runs. They can now start planning for a home quarter final, most likely against Yorkshire or current champions Notts. A win in their last group game in Canterbury on Thursday will confirm that.